Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Indigo Diamond here with another video. Here to talk about episode 1 of Canada's Drag Race, Canada versus the World. Before we get into the episode, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like the video, and tell me down below who are you rooting for. Very, very good first episode, I will say. It was nitpicky to get the bottom 2, and yeah, it's gonna be an interesting season, I think. So this week's episode, they had to, for the maxi challenge, they had to do girl groups. Now everyone did really quite well. Like I said, it was nitpicky to get in to the groups, but the groups were Anita, Wig'lit, Rita, Baga, and Victoria Scone. Icesis, Couture, Kendall Gender, and Stephanie Prince, and then Raja O'Hara, Silky, Nutmeg, Ganache, and Vanity, Milan. Now, the top 3 queens of this week were Vanity, Milan, Raja O'Hara, and Rita Baga. I do think Victoria Scone could have quite easily been in the top as well, if nothing else for the fact that Victoria has a very good singing voice. Like, she sounded amazing in her verse. Really good, very well done. But yeah, really well done. The bottom 3 were Anita, Wig'lit, Stephanie Prince, and Kendall Gender. Now, the top 3 got chopped into a top 2, so we had our 2 lip syncers. Our lip syncers were Rita Baga and Vanity Milan. Well deserved. I think any of the top 3 they could have picked, honestly. Like I said, they could have even put Victoria Scone in there. I wouldn't have even been mad if they put Silky in the top. So, you know, Silky did very well. Even Icesis did quite well this week. It was it was a strong week for, like, sort of all over for the most part. The bottom 3 of Anita, Kendall, and Stephanie got chopped down to a bottom 2 as well. Anita got chopped, so Anita got made safe. And our bottom 2 were Stephanie Prince and Kendall Gender. Interesting, Canada versus the World. And the very first episode, the 2 bottom queens are both Canadian. Out of the, 4 Canadian queens we've got. So I did feel bad for Anita, because I think Anita did, as much as she was safe, you know, it's just she didn't end up in the bottom 2. You could see that she was absolutely devastated that this was happening episode 1. And I think part of it was her outfit, honestly. Like, it was very simple, and they did point out, like, compared to everyone else's outfits, like, it just doesn't stand up to them, and unfortunately it didn't. But I don't know what her resources were back in, like, you know, I don't know what her cash flow situation is. You know, all these things could play a part into why the outfit wasn't as spectacular as some of the others. It was very sad to see, and I did really want to give Anita a hug. I felt really bad for her, but you know, she was safe. It is good. I also want to point out Icesis. A lot of people were, like, very surprised. Like, the rest of the cast were very surprised to see her there, but her runway look, my god, her runway look was insane. Like, absolutely stunning. It's just beautiful, feathers everywhere. It's so immaculate. It's beautiful. Another absolutely amazing runway outfit for me was Silky's dress. It was a reveal as well, so it was like she was going to a funeral, and then she revealed to them this absolutely stunning gown. It was so beautiful, and it was huge. Like, when she was stood on the stage for the critiques, her dress was literally hanging off the side of the stage. It was that big, but it was absolutely exquisite. It was just so beautiful. Also, I just want to mention the fact that Silky had a very sweet moment in, like, the untucked bit. So when they'd gone back after the critiques, she mentioned about the fact that obviously, like, season 11, she was sort of, like, really disliked by the fan base and that, and it's sort of like All Star 6, she came in, she was just, you know, wasn't herself, and she felt like coming in to Canada versus the World, she was coming in with a target on her back, and that instantly sort of like after being here, the Queens have instantly just made her feel like she can be herself, that she, you know, that's not the case. And she did get very emotional about it, but I must admit it was just such a pure and lovely moment for Silky. It really was. It was just not, I mean, it's not nice to see, because I hate seeing people crying, and a lot of that is, yeah, because people crying kind of makes me feel uncomfortable. I think that's just a very British thing of, like, emotions are kind of like, oh, emotions. But also, I never like the thought that people are upset, people are sad. I very much always have an instinct if someone's upset or sad around me to try and make them feel better, which is usually not the best way to be. I only say that because then I try and... When did Bendela fall off? Did she just fall off? I literally did not even notice. But she's just gone. Just Jimbo. But it's, yeah, because sometimes it's like they just need to try and get through that, and it's very difficult to cheer, but very difficult to have someone trying to cheer you up when you're in that, like, really upset stage. But it's that thing where I just instantly have this need to try and make people feel better. And so, yeah, it was sad for me to watch because, again, same with Anita, I just wanted to give Silky a hug. I just wanted to give her a hug and make her feel better, essentially, is how I felt during this bit. Vanity also had a moment of speaking to both Raja and Silky about the fact that, you know, they have inspired her drag so much and just inspired her as a person. It was a very emotional episode. It was very nice to watch, as much as I'm not overly comfortable with emotions. They do make me uncomfortable, but also, I mean, I'm not great with my own emotions, so not great with my own, let alone other people's, but nice to watch, very emotional. This season is off to a very, very good start, I will say. Yes, so our top two are Rita and Vanity, bottom two, Kendall and Stephanie. The judges did mention that this is going to be the same essentially as UK versus the World, and sort of like how All Stars was, where the top two lip sync. They have each chosen who they want to send home. Whoever wins sends the other one home, well, sends someone home out of the bottom. Vanity and Rita lip sync. Vanity did a great job start to finish. Rita was doing a certain character till like partway through the song, and then that character had like a personality transformation, and that when she did that, and then for the rest of the song, that was when she, I think, really did very well this lip sync. For me personally, I would have picked Vanity to win, and the judges agreed. The judges picked Vanity as the winner, which is, I think, nice to see. I think it's a good boost to like Vanity's confidence. I mean, she's come in with like a lot of confidence this time round, and I feel like her winning the first challenge is like a extra boost, which is nice. So Vanity's in the lead at the moment because she not only won this, she was not only top two, but she won the lip sync, and then Rita's just behind her because she was in the top two. Everyone else is on 0 points apart from Stephanie and Kendall. Stephanie is fourth, I think, because, yeah, first, second, third, fourth, because she stayed, and unfortunately Kendall Gender is our first queen to be eliminated from Canada vs. the World. Yes, made top three on her season, Canada vs. the World. She has come in 9th place. I will say one thing that I found a bit weird with Kendall is when she was talking to like Rita and Vanity, obviously she left feeling very unsure about what her position was, like whether she was going to get sent home or not. And she sat there in the confessional, she was like, am I about to get panginaed? And I was sat there and I was like, you can't really be panginaed because it's episode 1 and you're in the bottom on the first episode. Like, if you were to get panginaed, you would have to have been doing, like, slaying the competition, like, right up to, like, halfway, and then had, so, like, been in the bottom once and then got chopped at that point. That, to me, would be you being panginaed. Now, I am very sad to see Kendall Gender go, if nothing else for the fact that Kendall is very attractive. Does also help that Kendall comes across as a very, very nice person. So, you know, nice person, good looking. Sad to see them go, but it's the name of the game. Someone had to go home, and I'll be interested to see who Rita picked next week, I will say. Because obviously we saw that Vanity picked Kendall. But I didn't see anywhere in the episode where it showed who Rita picked. And I'm not sure who she would have picked. I wonder. I don't know. We'll find out next week. That's going to be interesting though, because it's like if she picked Stephanie, that's going to make things a bit awkward. If she picked Kendall, it's kind of going to be that thing of, oh, you know, why did you pick her? I mean, there's probably going to be a conversation next week anyway, because like, oh, did you pick her because she was strong competition, or I don't know. Leave me a comment down below. Who are you rooting for? Are you watching this season of Canada versus the World? Are you enjoying it so far? Personally, for me, this is like such. This first episode is. I don't want to say it's better than UK versus the World, but it is a really, really good. It's just a very strong episode. Like everyone's done really well. Whereas I thought with like UK versus the World, there are a couple of like struggles and stuff like that. So I don't know, maybe more consistent is the word I'm looking for, but really good, really fantastic. Super excited to see where this goes for the rest of the season, and pick Bendela up off the floor and put them back on the chair. But yes, leave me a comment down below. Who are you rooting for? Are you watching? Are you enjoying it? While you're down there, hit that subscribe button, like the video, and I will see you lovely people next time. See ya!